Ginger from Web Wedge DIY Nails here. I think I'm going to try to do the voice at the same time, and we'll see how that works out. I got a relapse of the flu, so I'm still kind of but I really want to do, I have this idea in my head, and I just want it on my nails instead, where it belongs. So I'm still struggling between coconut, the whiter color, and this very, very light pink pearl. But I'm thinking I want to try using this because of this dark purple builder gel I still have that's growing out that I keep trying to file down a little bit more, but not at the expense of my shape and contour. So I've gotten these about as flat as I can, and if you believe that 2 millimeters is an acceptable width or thickness, I was watching Kirsty Macon over in the UK, and she goes by 2, I think it was, being her acceptable measurement here, which is like, you know, this or something. All my nails are well under that now, so I feel like I'm starting to defeat my thickness, too contoury, too high. I've been working on my contour and my shaping, and although it gets a little bit better each time, I still have a way to go. So every time I got a little improvement this time, I think, so I'm good. Now let's do my nails. This vision I have in my head had a white background, but I don't think I'm going to be able to achieve that with powders because of this darkness. So let's see what I can do. I love these powders because they're so thin, or so finely milled, that I can get very, very thin layers out of them, and that's going to be something I'm concentrating on this time. I'm going to be using the gel liquids from Cascade Colorworks, the HEMA-free gel base, HEMA-free top coat for the shiny parts, and the matte gel top coat, which I don't think is HEMA-free. Matte is a little harder to get that in, I believe. Am I going to matte or shine? I have no idea yet. I've been seeing everything in matte lately, so I'm trying not to obsess, or, you know, I want to make sure I'm keeping an open mind. Let's just leave it at that. Oh, God, this is so... All patterns are not created equal. I know they're all the same product. They're all processed in similar ways, but I enjoy the powders from companies that take the time to achieve a nice, finely milled powder that's consistent throughout without any weird grains in it. That's what I've experienced in others. And mostly, sadly, when I experience that, it's from a bigger, like, cosmetic company. I won't use any names, but, you know, is it a corporate website that you're on, or is it a, you know, a small business? That's kind of my gauge these days, because I find the smaller businesses put more care into their product. They're more concerned with quality control. At least that's the way it seems to me. So not only do I get to support small businesses, but I feel I get a better product as well. Okay, so let's start with the gel base. And again, I'm going to be trying to get the, all right, let's start at the beginning. What I did the other night was last night, I filed down my nails, not lengthwise. I mean, I sharpened my coffins a little bit, which I've been doing throughout the week. And then I, you know, buffed the shape down a little bit flatter, trying to get rid of some of this purple. And you know, I redid my contours because as your nail grows, your apex moves and it's not exactly where it should be. So you have to add a new apex and file down the old one into your, excuse me, desired contour. So I did, you know, I took I took as much care as I could. I'm practicing. I think it was an improvement. It's much thinner than it has been in the past. And I feel like I still have the apex support I need since my nails are getting a little longer now, especially. I don't know what kind of dusty crud that is under that nail. There we go. Okay, that's better. So anyway, I'm going to go in with my gel base, and I'm going to wipe a lot of it off of my brush because I'm going for those nice thin layers. So hopefully this focuses on my nail and not my hand. I drop it in the apex area and then I push it up to the cuticle. At least that's what I try to remember to do. I just don't want to build bulk back by the cuticle area so that it's tempted to flood my sidewalls or my cuticle. I take time to get as close as I can without actually touching. And you want to make sure it's an even layer. This is the magic. The gel base is what's going to hold your powder onto your nail. So we're going to make double sure to get all of the gel off our skin if we were unfortunate enough to get some on there. No matter how hard I try, it seems I always get something on there. In this case, it might be my, oh, and then I was telling you what I did. So I got the builder gel. I roughed it up, and then I got, you know, I made sure to prep my cuticles, and I did all of that work. I pushed them back. I got the white off with my glass cuticle thingy, and then, you know, then I used my e-file with the ball and, you know, the cuticle end. It's a little teeny tiny ball, and I just made sure that there was none of that invisible white stuff left. And I go over my actual cuticles just a little bit to make sure that they're not sticking up and stuff like that. Then I used my pH bonder and primer. After first I take alcohol on a lint-free wipe, and I wipe all of the dust from the filing and the cuticle care away from the cuticle, and I make sure there's no dust down in there either, nothing that could cause lifting. Then you know, especially mostly on the new nail area that I'm filling in, I make sure to put the primer and the bonder. Then I go in with a thin layer of gel base, cure that for 30 seconds. Then I go in with, this time I used Double Dip's HEMA-free clear builder gel, but it glows blue. Because it's at least one night before I get to do my nails after having done a fill like that. So, and I enjoy that not only because I get sleep this way, but because it gives my cuticle areas and stuff time to calm down, rest before I bother them again the next day. So I did that, and then knowing that I was going to be using peel base, after that I buffed them. After the builder gel cured for 60 seconds, I buffed them. Well, first you wipe with a lint-free alcohol wipe to get the sticky inhibition layer off. Then you can do your buffing, and just to make sure that they're smooth, because after builder gel you might get like a little wave or something in the area that you're adding builder gel to that didn't have any prior to this fill. And don't forget, you're trying to build your apex where you've now filed to move it down a little bit. So just adjusting for your own natural nail growth. So I did my contouring, and then again a very thin layer of gel base. which I probably didn't need, but I like to make sure that my top coat has something to stick to. And then I did a thin layer of top coat as well. And then I went to bed, and then I got up and shoveled ice, and then I sat for a couple of hours while my back recovered and my sinuses got back to normal, because of course that kicked everything in with the flu. It was just a wonderful Saturday, early afternoon. It was awesome. Okay, so I went and put the gel base on here, and then I didn't do anything with it, right? I cleaned it up. Now I'm going to go in with my eye makeup brush. I'm going to tap once to get the heaviest off of there, and then I'm going to tap the rest onto the nail, onto the gel that's been sitting there while I incessantly drone on and on about stuff that you probably, sorry, I'll try to control myself here. It's been a day, okay? We'll just leave it at that. I might wind up cutting the rest of that out. Since I wasn't doing anything with the nail anyway. Ay, ay, ay. All right. I'm trying to make sure I get full even coverage. And the whole time I leave it there, it's soaking into the gel. So just be aware of that and make sure you got every part. And again, I'm trying to make up for a darker builder gel under there at the tip, so I'm trying to make sure I get enough on that part too. I'd prefer this pearl color over that, but I find that in most of my designs nowadays, as this continues to grow out, I find that I just use it as a base. It's like instant shading for an ombre effect. Not that I want that all the time, but I've learned to incorporate it into my design work. Things I wish I knew then that I know now. Because of the way I use builder gel as an overlay under these, so I can use my peel base so that I can do manis as often as I want to, and because I've gotten to a point where my peel off base can last, I can make it last a day, 2 days, I can make it last 1 week, I can make it last up to 2 weeks, I think has been my record. So I'm very happy with that. I get to choose when I take my nails off. They don't pop off without my encouragement. All right, so I'm going to cure this for a full 60 seconds. All right, the full 60 seconds. Now we wipe off the excess powder. And we have 1 coat of dip over our peel base, so I feel a little bit more confident now that I'm not going to rub it off when I don't want to, you know. And I'm ready for my close-up. See how you can see the purple underneath still? And that's not the fault of the powder I'm using. That's my own, you know, if I knew then what I know now, because of the way I never finished the sentence before, I'm sorry. You know, now that I know how I use my builder gel, and now that I've learned to enjoy, or I've learned that I enjoy nail art and learning how to do that and trying to improve on that, I now know that a no color or a very light neutral color builder gel is what I need, so that it doesn't interfere with the way my powders look when I put them on. I've noticed I've also recently gained an appreciation for nudes and lighter colors, so that doesn't really work well with a dark builder gel underneath, I have found. So again, these are just some of the leftover peel base that I got too close to the cuticle with, that I'm just cleaning up now. Let's not get them in the powder, because I'm going to put that back in the jar later. If you notice, my new background is a purple dentist bib type thing that I found on Amazon, because I noticed since I've just, you know, recently started doing nail art and everything, I've noticed that it would be very handy if I had something like right here to wipe the brush off on a quick, you know. Even though I have my paper towel, that's not as close as right here and under where I'm working. I know. It's a thing, though. Oh my God, you gotta go all the way over there. Listen, you do you, boo, okay? I'll do me. Okay. And I know I keep dusting this off because it's so close to my peel base and it's so thin. I don't want to chance using the hard scrubby brush. So I just keep doing this because I'm paranoid. Whatever. Okay. So now I'm going to go back in with the second coat. I always do my thumb first so I can kind of play around with or experiment with the design I have in mind so that by the time I do the other 4 nails, I know what I'm doing. I think it was Susie over at Career Education, Nail Career Education YouTube channel. She put out a video today, I think it was, that I was watching while my back was enjoying the heating pad. And she said she does the same thing. And I think she had a viewer that called the thumb the junk nail because of this very thing. But it's true. I mean, you need a palette to work out your design on, and really, it's nice because you get a little bit more nail estate when you're working with the thumb. See, it looks like an ombre, so I work the ombre into my designs. That's all. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying again. This is why we do voiceovers, y'all. I want to get a video out, but if I wait until I feel like doing a voiceover because of the coughing fits and stuff, I don't want it to be that long before I put a video out. So if you're annoyed that this video is so long, I can recommend maybe putting it at double speed and listening to me speak in a chipmunk voice, or I do that sometimes, it's funny. Or you could use the chapter links that I've been creating now below. I was so happy to finally get the ability to do that. Because, I mean, this is a normal dip application at this point. It's going to be the base of my nail art, but the nail art won't be for a little while still, which will probably be at the end, towards the end of the video. So I don't blame you at all if you want to skip right ahead to the nail art part. I do that when I watch videos sometimes. It's like, okay, I love this person and they're cute and funny and everything, but I just want to see the nail art because I'm about to sit down at my nail desk and I don't have time to watch the whole video. But even though I know darn well I'm going to wind up going back to that video later just to hear the chit chat, because this is the part I enjoy too. But you know, you don't always have time for that. So the chapter links, I'm sorry. Anyway, moral of this story is the chapter links that are below, I appreciate them when other creators use them, so I make sure to create them for you guys too, so you can skip around to just the parts you want to see easily. Anyway, and the double speed thing, I mean, mute it and put it on double speed if you just want to watch. You know, there's lots you can do, and I feel like restricting my videos to always being short because the majority of people like it that way. Well, that's one thing, but you know what I was thinking as I was attending and participating in and belly laughing with the live that Marla Chris did last week? I realized that when I sit and do my nails, I like to, normally, when I'm not filming, I like to have someone on in the background on my YouTube on the screen that I glance up at every once in a while. I like to have another person who's doing their nails and chit-chatting. I mean, we've all gone to salons. Part of the salon experience sometimes is, you know, chit-chat like with your hairdresser. I realize that that doesn't really happen a lot. due to language barriers, but I used to go to a shop that it was like going to a hairdresser in fried green tomatoes. But I'm really old, so I mean, that was years ago before electric drills were a thing too, so you know, it took a while. You got to know people. Anyway, so this the format of this video, doing it in real time with my chit-chatting, that's my effort to satisfy yet another group of people that might want to have my video on in the background as they do their nails. I don't know, you know, just another voice talking about the stuff that you're currently doing, or, you know, it's your hobby, so you're interested in it. I like hearing other people's opinions and comments as they do their nails, because, like, if they're anything like me, if I just talk while I'm doing my nails, I'm much more likely to say certain things about as I experience them than I might think about saying on a voiceover. That's, I think, what I was trying to get across. I'm sorry, the table was shaking because I had my hand down. All right, so there's 2 coats. And as you can see, my layers are very thin. I hope you can see that. I was able to keep my layers thin. I have not built up like a weird lump or bump or anything on my contour. And I do look at it from all angles. It hasn't widened on me. I've gotten 2 very thin, full coverage, consistent layers, except for over here I missed this part. I see. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to fix that so that I don't have a weak spot here. Not that I would. I have builder gel under there. But for continuity, I think I'm just going to do that. This one because it's a little bit easier to get just the edges that I need to get with my gels. For whatever reason, I'm trying to do that. But again, I'm trying to keep my layers thin so I don't put too much on there. And I'm just going to add it to this part here. Right there. I don't want it to be thick. I don't want to get a ledge. But I see I was starting to build a ledge because I was missing this area. So I'm just going to try to even that out a little bit. But see what happens. Cleanup brush. Hello, Taco. Cleanup brush. Let's get it off the skin. But also, let's get it off of the edge here, because I don't want a weird ledge there. I just want to fill in the spot I didn't get. It's a little better. Now I'm just going to hold my thumb in there with that side pointing up to the best of my ability. I feel like a contortionist right now. So, I've been seeing some incredibly creative nail designs and nail art being done in the Marla Chris Manny fam. I admire anyone who takes the time to be creative, take a chance, step outside their comfort zone and try these things for the first time. That's what I'm doing. And that's what I enjoy about this hobby. So it's fulfilling in seeing that other people are sharing the same joy. But it's also just incredible to see what people come up with. I've seen quite a few original, very creative ideas recently. And it's just like, wow, I want to think of something that creative. And then, you know, the more you surf the nail groups and the pictures online of, you know, the more you Google Christmas nail designs or whatever you might be looking for, the more you realize this incredible idea that I thought was original, that has been stuck in my head for 2 weeks, oh, look, here's somebody did it in 2016. Oh, well, all right. So it's not as original as I thought, but I like it. I'm going to do it. All right. I don't see a ledge there, and I have pretty much good coverage, so brush that off. Now, it is a light pink. Okay, so we've got 2 coats of the pearl. Now we add the magic, Aurora. This was in the box opening and the swatch video that I put out a few days ago when I said, this is my favorite. I really meant that. So here it is. Shock. The only question is, what am I going to do with it exactly? Well, whatever it is, it's definitely going to be with this brush and the base. But first, I have to get this little bit right here is bothering me. Do I wait to file it and fix it? I don't expect that everybody does this. This kind of precision and, what do the Brits call it? Fapping? No, that's something else. Wait. Faffing. That's what... Faffing about with the details. Just ignore the other thing I said. I'll have to cut that out maybe if I remember. Oh my god. Yeah, see, there it goes. I knew I had Twizzlers. Tweezers? See, it's a thing. I can't talk. The worst thing about faffing about is that you know you're doing it when you're doing it. You know you should put down your tools and just accept it and move on and finish your design. And this is why it winds up taking hours. But you do it anyway because you just can't help yourself. All right, so these are not, I mean, there's a little bit of glitter in there, I think. And those aren't exactly foils. They're like crystal, they're like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, flakies. They're a little bit of magic in a jar. That's all I need to know. But since I like to press them down so that they lay flat, so I can keep my layers consistently thin, here they are, guys. The finger condoms. I guess on the Amazon website, I'll link to these below. They call them fingered cots, but I mean, come on. I know for a fact I'm not the only one that calls them this, so. All right. All right, so the idea here is going to be some kind of color block with the Aurora that I can put line art on the edges of. So since I want, and inside the color block is going to be the Aurora. And I'm not going to worry too much about the edges. I'm going to try to keep them nice and neat, but I'm not going to faff about too much because I have an idea for the edge artwork. So I think since this area right here is still irritating me, annoying me, drawing my attention to this area, I think I'll take the color block and I'll start it there, and I'll move it like maybe a swoop. Yeah, that might look, no. I want relatively straight edges for the nail art I have in mind, so I'll take my, oh, it's the 3D brush side? That's not what the lid says. I must have put them on backwards. Filbert brush. Oh, the other side's the 3D, okay. I need to stop trying to think, because it's not working and I'm not doing well with it, so. I'm just going to take some of my gel base, and I'm going to start in the corner that's irritating me. I'm going to put a very thin layer. And the thought here is that the shape I create with the gel base here will be the shape of my color block of the Aurora powder color, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I have been dying to use it. I used it on a swatch and knew immediately I would be using it in my very next adventure. Nail adventure with Ginger. I'm kind of wondering if I should have, I'm just wiping the old powder off my brush here. I wonder if I should have shaped it. No, I don't know. I don't know what's happening, so we're just going to go with it because I'm getting tired of faffing about now. And I'm not doing this for a sugared effect or anything. I plan on encapsulating everything in my clear glow-in-the-dark builder gel. I just do that until I see that it's no longer sticking because I've already covered all the gel area. All right, just to give you an idea, see those little foil bits that stick up? That's what I'm pressing down. Because I don't want to lose them, but I don't want them to be sticking up either. Because when I add my, if I wasn't, I'd plan on buffing my nails to make sure that my contour stays nice, my cuticle area is clearly defined, and my edges, you know, just because it's part of the ritual, that's why. See, and it goes, but there's some pink left solid down here, so I'll get a line for line art there as well. All right, I think, and because this is gel, I'm just doing it very lightly, so that I don't wrinkle or disturb the gel itself. I'm trying anyway. There's a little piece there that I'm going to have to make sure I cover with the builder gel overlay encapsulation. All right, before I mess it up, I'm going to stick that in the lamp for 60 seconds. All right, fresh out of the light. I'm sorry if I just coughed right in your ear. I'm going gently because you don't want to wipe the magic away. And there's definitely nothing sticking up, and there's still plenty of magic. And now I need my tweezers. Where are my tweezers? Here, tweezers. I know I had them because they were just in my hand because I had stickers out. Which means I probably put them in here and just can't see it. You know what's happening? This nail is begging for some bling. That's what's happening. Because if I glue some gems there, then this won't bother me anymore because I won't see it. That came out beautiful. Look at that. Oh, that is just so gorgeous to me. Oh, look at the colors on that. Oh my God. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, so let's encapsulate this sucker because I think it looks perfect. Just make sure there's no excess. Put the bulk of the builder gel over the glittered area. And I want to show you how, in my mind, I guarantee that all the little nooks and crannies that could cause a texture, see how I'm pushing and nudging the builder gel around directly on top of that glitter. I'm taking the brush and I'm kind of like pushing so that the builder gel gets between every little piece, so that after I buff and file, I'm hoping not to be able to feel any of them because they're completely surrounded or completely encapsulated in the builder gel. And on the sides, I'm not trying to make them thick. I'm just trying to get a consistent coverage so that it blends into the extra that's over the glitter area. This gives me wiggle room when I'm filing and buffing so that I don't have to sacrifice my preferred contour or shape. I'm going to have to file this separate because there's one piece sticking up there. So I'm just going to, knowing that, I'm going to make sure I've got some builder gel there to take the bulk of the filing. And then I'm going to hold it upside down for a few seconds before I put in the light so that it can self-level and so that gravity can do its job and pull any of the extra gel down, creating a natural apex area. I'll show you that in just a second. It's still, this is thick, so it's taking here. It's also glow in the dark. Not that that makes any difference whatsoever in my experience. I'm just reminding myself that I'll have the pleasure of glow-in-the-dark nails later. It's these little things that amuse me and take my mind off my chronic pain. All right, so just to show you, it's self-leveled. It's all nice and even, and it has gathered itself over the glitter areas, filling in all those spots so that when I'm really just going to buff this because it doesn't look bulky at all, except for that one area by the cuticles, but I always define my cuticle area anyway, so that's fine. My main concern is the glitter and flakes in Aurora. I want to make sure that, oh look, one escaped over to the side. You independent little rebel, you, I'll reward your behavior by leaving you right there. Anyway, you know, as it self-levels and it pulls down, it's filling in all the little spaces between the flakes, foils, whatever they are, flakies, and glitters, so that once I buff it, that's all I'll really need to do, and I'll still have a very smooth surface, which is important for what? It's important for my nail art. So I can go in and matte and have a nice matte background to work with. Matte is easier background for nail art because you'll find that everything you work with on top of anything else is too shiny. It's hard to discern shine from shine edges. So when you use the matte background for your nail art, when you put something shiny on it, even if it's clear, you're able to see where it is because the background is matte. So that's the big reason there. All right, I'm going to go cook this for 60 seconds. Be right back. And we come out of the lamp and we see a nice clean surface. It's still sticky, so I can't. Let me take this sticky layer off so I can see how smooth it is. And to do that, I just put some alcohol on a lint-free wipe and just wipe off the nail completely. Hear that? That means you've gotten the sticky layer off. Once you hear that. Okay. I know I'm going to do a lot around the cuticle area. Well, yeah, because see that little, there's a couple of stubborn foilies or flakies that wanted to just stand there. So I made sure to cover it in the builder gel so that I can file that down flat too. And see now that we've got the builder gel on there, oh wow, I love it. Oh, this is gonna look great flat, matte. Wow, I am so thrilled with this, you guys. And it's almost completely smooth. I can feel some over here. So by the time I buff and make it smooth, this is gonna look so good matte. Look at that, it's just magic. I don't even need to edge this, and you can see. Oh, that Aurora is magical. I'm so glad I treated myself to the opalescence that they have there. I have gone back since, and I checked because I wondered this in the last video. I had, if you watch the swatching, you'll see that I have 5 opalescents. Aurora is my favorite one, but I also got 4 others. Well, I wasn't sure if I had gotten the entire collection. I thought I had, but I went back to the website and I found that there was one additional I hadn't gotten yet, and it was called Amethyst, and it is on its way to me right now, so we took care of that. And don't forget, I still have a coupon code for you guys. It's not an affiliate link. It's just a coupon code for you guys so that you can go get yourself a little holiday present, right? I mean, who gives us the best presents? We do. So here's a 10% coupon for you to go shopping on Cascade Colorworks site and, you know, try out their powders, their liquids. They've got dip liquids. Their dip liquids worked really well for me, but it was also the final test to confirm that I do get dip flu. I get all kinds of flus. I'm so lucky. That's why I've been using gels for the most part lately. So they came out with their gels recently, and I said, okay, time to try those out. Oh, look it. I love it. I love it. That pearl, with all the mixtures that I've done, comes out and it looks kind of like, I hope I'm in camera, it looks kind of like a lavender, a very, very light lavender, and I love it. So I've got the sticky layer off, that builder gel. I'm just gonna wipe that clean one more time because it still feels a little sticky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rub that off one more time, and then I'm going to cure it again for maybe 30 seconds. Just to make sure that it's fully cured before I go in and file. And then I think what I'll do is I will come back after I filed and buffed that one nail, just so you can see the rest. I'm going to do the entire design on this one nail. And because I'm doing this in a long format where I talk to you as I do it, to save a little, I know, this is probably already ridiculous long, but to save some time at the end, this end portion of the video, I'll go off camera after I'm done with this thumb. I'll go off camera and I'll do the other 4, and I'll come back for the final reveal of all of them. Because I'm going to be doing the exact same thing on all the nails. So having finished this one, you will know exactly what I've done on the others. So we're going to try this format. Tell me what you think about it in the comments, because I'm trying all kinds of different things that I'm hoping to come upon one that I enjoy doing, one that's easier for me to edit because my full-time job is like crazy busy, and one that you guys also enjoy watching, even if you have to skip through to the parts that you like, or, you know, if you want to double speed through them to get through it faster so that you don't have to listen to me talk, or maybe you enjoy the way I sound as a chipmunk. That's cool too. I understand. So, you know, whatever. I'm trying all kinds of different things. Let me know which ones you like by either hitting the like button on the video or leaving a comment and you know, providing me some constructive criticism, feedback, whatever. I would really appreciate it. And, you know, if you happen to hit the subscribe button while you're down there, that'd be very cool too. All right, so this is all ready to be filed. Yeah, it's a little less, less sticky now. So it maybe just needed a little bit, you know, a little oomph of a cure. So I'm going to go buff. I'm just going to buff, really. You know, define my cuticle area a little bit, buff the nail so that it's ready for matte top coat so that I can do the nail art you guys have been waiting to see. Okay. I hope I can get this on video. The look of this. It's incredible. At this point, I've buffed. I've got my contour that I like. I've defined the cuticle area. I've gotten rid of most of the stuff that was bothering me over here. I can't anymore. I gotta be done. So, and it's completely smooth. I can't feel that there's anything under there. That's why I used the builder gel, because I was able to, I'm gonna go, hang on, contour. I just have to be done now. All right, that looks good. Okay, so now, what's next? I filed any chemical reaction that the base provides is completely gone. So I'm just going to put a very thin coat of base on before I do my matte. Very, very thin. And I've defined that cuticle area, so I'm just going to stick to that. Look at it sparkle. Bake that for 30 seconds. And then matte. Put my finger condoms back on because I took them off for filing. Otherwise, I would have shredded them. Let go. There we go. We learned to do all kinds of crazy stuff with just one hand, huh? All right, so that was the base. Now I've got the matte. And in case you haven't used matte before, I was surprised by this the first time I used it, but it does seem consistent against different amongst different brands that I've tried. Base, matte base is always going to be like a little bit milky looking. I don't know why. I'm just saying, you know, don't be surprised by that like I was. I think the hardest thing to get used to when you're first doing matte top coats, for me, was the texture, the feel of it. It doesn't have a texture. I'm just saying it's an odd feeling. And I tend to run my fingers over my nails all the time. It's like a comfort thing. I'm just going to leave that upside down like I always do with my gel tops or my builder gels. What was I saying? Matte. It's just a feeling. Some feel soft like satin. Some feel sticky without actually being sticky. It's really weird. But the this Cascade Colorworks, I've used their matte on that luxury design I did last week when I was sick. And it just feels kind of smooth. I don't know how else to explain it. So let me go cook this for 60 seconds and I'll be back and we'll see how it feels. All right. There it is, matte. Oh God, I love that too. Look at it. Look at it. That's gorgeous. Oh my word. You know, okay, this is the problem I'm having right now. Every time I come up with something that looks like this, it's purely magical, let's be honest. And I think I could easily replicate this on the rest of my nails without a problem. There is a part of me that says, but it's so plain. It needs some nail art. It needs some lines. It needs, let's be honest, it doesn't need anything. It looks good just like this. Oh my God, it feels so smooth. Smooth, that's all. That's what it feels like. I love it. I love it. I think I'm going to go... All right, so I've got the peel base on these. The first step was one coat of the pearl. So I think I'm going to do at least that much to the other 4 nails, and then I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I'm going to live with this for a minute, and I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with the rest. This one I want to leave matte. I just want to leave this matte because look at it. All right, I'm going to go put 1 coat of pearl on these nails just so my peel base isn't disrupted by anything I might touch, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so here we are. It's all filed and matted. I hope you can see the aurora in there. It's absolutely gorgeous. And if I hadn't already promised you all some nail art, I would leave them just like this, honestly. It's gorgeous. But I promised nail art. So here we go. I've got the matted background finish that I wanted. Take a good look in case I regret this later. I'm going to want to look at this and say, oh, remember how nice the aurora looked? We are going to do some line art. That's all there is to that. I wanted to do something with holly. And I thought if I made a line, if I edged where the aurora is, I could make it look like garland, kind of, in green, and then put the little holly berries like on either. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I have this little teeny tiny little brush from the McCart box that I got. We are gonna use that. And we're gonna put some of this green liner on there to work from. And I just want a very little bit. I want this to be very, very subtle. Now I've got the matte on here, so if I don't like this, I can just remove it. That's why I like, another reason I like using matte. This is for very fine line art, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, I don't think I cleaned this right last time I used it, or something. Okay, let's try 5. First time you use any brush, you have to kind of break it up. There we go. All right, let's see if I can get a thin line with this. It's not very thin, is it? Looks good though. Alright, so when we have too much paint on our nail that we want to take some of it off, what do? We take our cleanup brush and we adjust. And you can adjust both sides of your lines as long as you leave yourself space to do so. I should have put the Christmas music on in the background. I felt like it was too loud last time. And I've got way too much going on pain-wise for me to get a headache on top of everything else. Alright, so my painkillers just won't know where to go. Painkillers, you know, ibuprofen. Alright, so that's a nice thin line. I like that. So we're going to try to do the same thing here. Following the edge of the Aurora design. And I don't care if it makes sense. I'm just kind of putting a border on it. I don't care if it makes sense for design right now, because this is really only going to guide me as to where I want to go with the garland. I don't really plan on seeing this line unless I get them so thin and delicate and beautiful that I decide I don't want to do the garland anymore. you know, shit happens. Nice, delicate little lines. I really like that. Maybe we'll try this little one. Fix what I messed up there. I kind of like it. I know what I'm going to do. Now that I've got a separation between the aurora and, you know, even if it is perceived, if a little bit goes over on the edges, I don't care, the aurora. But since I've got the green line, abstractly, that could be the garland as it is. There's no way, there's no need to make it look like leaves or you know, pine needles. I like this. This is like an abstract. So I'm going to cure this for a few seconds, and then I'm going to go in and take the red liner, and I'm going to make me some berries. Abstractly, of course. That should be more than enough. Teeny tiny little berries. All right. All right, all right, all right. So let's see. Can I find a little batter? Yeah, that's a little. So I'm just gonna touch that to the paint. And let's see. And again, if I do something here that I don't like, I can wipe it off because everything else on the nail has been cured at this point. Oh my god, cute. Cute. Oh my god, cute. Okay. Put another one right here. The nice thing about doing this in real time with my voice and everything, real time, is you get to hear my actual reactions at the time things are happening. Like the, oh my god, so cute. And also, I can get this out faster. So like if I post my pictures on Insta or in the Facebook groups that I'm in, which I plan to do, I can't wait to do. I can have the video out soon after in case anybody wants to see how I did stuff. Oh my God. Oh my God. So cute. Look. Oh my God. All right. Calm down, Ginger. Well, let's just say my nail art always hasn't come out the way I'd like. So this is very exciting to me to have one actually come out in a way that I'm proud to display. I have more room over here, so apparently I thought it was time to, and that's a little too big. That's bigger than I wanted. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of alcohol on my cleanup brush and just make that a little less imposing. Now, good. That's good. There we go. All right, so that's one. Put another one over here. Boy, that looks like something that would be easier to do on press-ons, Ginger. Yes, but I can't get press-ons to sit right over my builder gel. So I wanted something I could wear for a few days. Look down and smile. God knows I could use it at my job. I think that looks so cute. And now I want to get even smaller. Like over here. Just a hint. Am I doing too much again? Am I going overboard when I should just stop? Probably. Can I just wipe it off if I don't like it? Absolutely. And again, this is the thumbnail. This is testing. I like it a little bit more. Okay. And maybe just a couple of little ones down here. I haven't cured any of the red yet, so I can still change my mind. I think it's rather cute, though. I think that might be too much, though. I'm going to cure it anyway. It's the thumbnail. It's the test nail. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try painting in some more of the garland instead of just the green line. But first I'm going to put the white highlights on my berries because I want to see. I may just want to darken the green line instead of making it trying to make it look like garland. Because every time I've done that so far, it's just been messy. I don't like messy. So let's get some white my makeshift palette here. Again, I'm just dotting highlights on. I don't need that much. So I think a dotting tool is probably best, but I need a smaller one. That looks smaller. All right, so we're just gonna put a little highlight on these. And there's my stomach growling again. I eat, I swear. I think it looks kind of like a pox. A pox on your house. I want it to look like a highlight, not like a pus module. Look at it. I like how it looks kind of frosted, like a little bit of snow on there. All right, I'm gonna flash cure that. Then I just got visions of a little bit of snow on top of the green. I just think I need to make the green bigger first. So maybe a little bit of a thicker line for the green. Turn off. God. Yeah. I think that was needed because it started to get camouflaged by everything else. And it was only very light anyway, so. Sorry if this isn't close enough. I'll try to zoom in later. I know it's not perfect, but I kind of like it. Now let's see. Can I make this look like? Garland. What I need to do now is switch to a smaller brush. I'll flash cure this in the meantime. I need a darker green. Or a lighter green, that'll work. That is what I needed. Not on my skin. When my neck hurts me tomorrow, remind me that it's because I was doing this and twisting my neck in all different kinds of directions so I can see. Hint. Just because you move your head doesn't mean you're going to be able to see more. Things sometimes are just not in your line of sight, regardless of how you try to move your head. And again, I'm just trying to offer some contrast to the green to make it look like garland, hopefully. I think it worked. Kinda. Sorta. A little bit. We're going to call that decorated for the holidays. All right, I'm going to put that in for a full minute because I'm done. I think that's my design. I needed to figure out how to do something garland, even though I don't want to hide the aurora, just simply because I have had this garland idea in my head for a couple of weeks now, and I need to purge it. I need to get, even if it looks like crap, I need to get it out of my system. So I think this works well, this combo. And I have the matte background, and none of these have a sticky top coat, so I could just leave it. Or I can matte on top of it. I don't think I'm going to, though, because I like having the matte background and the shiny art. And I don't think I want to put any shiny top coat on just the art parts. I don't think it needs it. Excuse me. I'll see when I take it out of the light what it looks like. What is this? What is this? I can't even tell because I can't pick it up. It's a pearl. See, now if you were a red pearl, I could have used you as the berries. You're so big, though. My nails are either tiny or these things are fucking huge. All right. So what do we got? Let's see. I'd say that's holly. That's garland. Holly garland over the aurora. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. I really, really, really like it, though. It's the first time I've tried holly berries on anything. Oh my god, I think it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. Okay. So I'm just going to cook it for another 30 seconds. I think I'm going to see how it looks on all the nails when I'm done. And then I might consider putting shiny top on just the garland so that everything else has like a dreamy effect. We'll see. So I'll come back when I've done the other 4 nails with the holly garland. You've seen how I do it now, so I don't have to include that. I am trying to save you some time with this video, I promise. I'll be back when all 4 are done, and we'll decide if we're going to top coat it or not, and we'll do final looks. Okay, so I have garland on all of my nails, and I decided after doing this that I'm calling these snowberries because with the little bit of white on there, it looks like it's piled on like it's snow. Woo! And to me, the aurora section looks like maybe a peek out the window to where it's magically snowing. I love this. And I've also decided I love the transition between matte and top. So since it's already pretty shiny anyway, the artwork, the garland, I am going to put some clear top just over the design painted parts, just to make sure they don't chip or anything like that. So I've put some top coat here, and I'm just very delicately going to put it over my snowberries and the garland. Just like that, no big deal. Not really, you know, anything too challenging. Just putting it over there so my hand painted artwork doesn't have a shorter life than I would like. Just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do that on all the nails. Maybe I'll speed it up so you don't have to come along for that ride if you don't want to. Actually, if I speed it up on you, you don't have a choice. Maybe I'll leave it. I don't know. Time will tell. I have to see how long this video is first. I'm afraid if I let it get too long, nobody will watch it. They'll see, I don't have time. Nobody's got time for that. So, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what people like. I might leave it long just because I basically do this for me. And to share my methods, and anybody that's interested from Facebook, you know, the Manny fam or any of the other Facebook groups I'm in. If they want to see, they want to see. So they'll watch, they'll search, they'll use the chapters. They'll double speed through what they want. I'm still learning to do things for myself. Do what makes you happy. That's what I'm going to try to do. My little snowberries are so cute. I'm glad that I did this. I was going to leave it matte, just the Aurora look, because I was so enthralled by it. But I can create that again many times over with the different colors I got from Cascade Colorworks that are all like that. It's Christmas, and I had to deal with a lot of snow and ice today, so I went with the holly, or the snowberries. And I think I gave some dimension to the garland. This is probably the best nail art I've done yet. I think this is definitely one of my favorite Manny's ever. And honestly, it's not always a matter of, well, if it, you know, some people I think are under the impression that the more time they spend on it, the more complicated they make things, the better of a design it'll be considered. But really, that's not, in my opinion, what counts. What counts is, have you expressed yourself? Have you evoked emotion or reaction in others? That's artwork to me. So, once I'm done here, I will cure for a full minute, and my holiday Aurora manicure will be done. I'll come back for some cuticle oil and some last looks. I won't be able to take outdoor pictures yet. If I do that, I will put those on Instagram. I want to get this video out tonight. Probably really late tonight. But that's going to be my goal, to get the video done so I can share it in my groups, because I know a lot of us do manicures on the weekend and Sunday, and I want to offer this longer form video as something that you can watch in the background while you do your manicures. And Sunday's a good day for that, so I'm going to clean up right away. Okay, clean that up later. How's this look? Oh, look at my little snowberries. Aww. I love it. Do you love it? This is actually the first Christmas Manny I'm very pleased with. And I got it out of my system, y'all. This has been plaguing me for weeks. And I'm just now, after being sick and everything, I'm just now getting the chance to do it. And I think it looks great. I'll take some pictures for the end of the video and the thumbnail and stuff. And wow, I just love this. I hope that you can see it well enough to appreciate it. I absolutely love it. If you love it too, let me know in the comments below, or like this video so that I know that you'd like to see more like this. Subscribe, tell your friends. I would love for you to join us in the Manny Fam community. I will I'll look forward to hearing what you think about this. I know it's a little unconventional.